Oh, what's up, boys? You got shit to do. Gals, what you gotta do? What you gotta do, Gals? It's not live yet? Is it starting? There. Bet. We Gucci. Alright, what's up, boys? Let me pause this song. Shit, I'm hot as hell, I ain't gonna lie. Alright. Yeah, boy, had to put on the the official fit. What's up, boys? 4th to 17, volume 4, volume 4. Fucking the halfway report, we here. It's been a crazy goddamn year, honestly. A lot of shakeups, a lot of things I did not expect. I'm excited to talk about it. I'll be real. So, first things first, we're not gonna waste any time, boys, so they got shit to do. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I fucked up. Hold on, technical difficulty. All right, so as far as the upcoming, I'm gonna just stay right here for a little bit. But as far as the upcoming changes for rivalry week, because there's 12 people in the league, 11 unique opponents, so you're gonna play a couple people before you play your rival because you only play your rival one time this year. So just keep that in mind. That's why the schedule's a little funky. Some people playing each other like twice in like 4 weeks or 5 weeks. It's just the way shit shifted out. So, just bear with us. All right, we should be good now. All right, bet. Golf video. Ariel's getting me the footage for the cam, and I'm gonna get that fixed up and sent to you probably before week 9. It won't take long to put it together. 12 leg parlay is in. We trying to get that $9,800. Trying to get that bitch, trying to win it. And then payouts were messed up a little bit. I don't know why my mind defaulted to 25 a week for high score and 15 for challenge, but it's actually 30 and 20. So all the people that ended up getting the high score already sent it out. I mean, I got 4 or 7, so I was just paying myself too. But if you had a weekly challenge that you won, let me know and I'll send you your extra little bread. Ain't no big deal. Other than that, shit, we gonna spin the wheel, but first, hold on. We got a debt that needs to be paid.
Hello, gentlemen. This is my punishment video. I'll just get right into it. All right, here's the agenda. We're going to shotgun first. Then we're going to go through some thoughts and feelings that I have into week 8. Terrible. And then we're going to do some previews of the matchups for next week. So I don't know about you guys. I feel like the drinking punishment should start at the beginning of these videos. Then you get to watch the person struggle throughout the rest instead of being a bitch and doing it right at the very end. So for today, we're going with the Kirkland Sparkling Lime Water. Personally, I saw the suggestions about the other drinks, but sparkling water is carbonated as fuck, so I might not even be able to keep this down. We're gonna see. I haven't shotgunned anything in fucking almost, I don't even know, at least 2 years. Fucking Christ. Alright, here we go. Listen to that air come out. Absolutely insane. got my trusty 5-gallon bucket beside me in case I'm gonna explode afterwards. Jesus Christ. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna back up. My laptop's in the splash zone right here. Alright. Fucking Christ. Cheers. Ow. Okay. There's a little bit left. Oh my God. Okay. That's so much carbonation all at once. I'm starting to cry. All right. Let's get into it. Shotgun, that part of the agenda's done. Thoughts and feelings. I fucking hate fantasy football. This is bullshit. Looking back, my draft was probably ass. I haven't had a ton of injuries that have put me in this position. Tyreek Hill, yeah, his fucking knee exploded, but Derrick Henry, it being my first overall pick when he is about to be eligible for AARP, probably wasn't a good move. Anyway, let's get into last week specifically because that's the reason I'm making this video, and it's a culmination of everything that's gone wrong with my team so far. David Montgomery, 4.9 points, ass. Rachaad White, 6.4 points, booty. Nico Collins, concussion. Waddle, 2 points, 1 reception for 15 yards. I mean, my God. Laporta, 4.5 points. Nick Chubb, 1.6 points. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, Harrison Butker's misogyny coach? It's fucking bullshit. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Okay, I was projected to win going into Monday night. I had 5 players that were still yet to play, and they all shit the bed. Every single one shit the fucking bed. This is complete bullshit. The Rothschilds, I don't know what the Rothschilds are doing to me. They have some kind of agenda against me, and I don't understand it. One more piece. I have one more piece about me, then we'll move on to a preview for this upcoming week. The Chiefs' defense gave me 4 points, right? The Chiefs shut out the Raiders. Now, unless I'm not seeing something on Sleeper, I feel like there should be a shutout bonus for your defense. Oh my God, that fucking seltzer water's still coming up. A shutout in football is incredibly hard to do. It was Andy Reid's first shutout in regular season for his entire career. There should be a bonus for your defense getting a shutout. I don't need the flashy interceptions. I don't need the flashy fumble recoveries. Allowing 0 points and 95 yards of total offense from the Raiders should result in more than just 4 points from the defense. Commissioner Minter, I'm just saying. I wouldn't have won with the bonus unless the bonus was something insane anyway, so I'm not that mad about it. I'm a little mad about it, but I'm not that mad about it. All right. We're looking into the matchups coming up this week. I play Gucci Gauss. I'm gonna lose. Moving on. Oh, that's just this matchup. Here we go. Okay. I play Gucci Gauss. I'm gonna lose. It's fine. Whatever. Small Miller versus Ariel. Ariel currently projected to win, but I'm pretty sure Sean has 2 people not on his team in the starting lineup yet. I think that will look closer to 50-50. I'm going to go Sean wins this one. We have Minter versus, I believe this is Colin Niche. Minter's currently projected at 79 points. That means he's got some people not in his starting lineup. I would say if you pick against Minter so far this year, you're going to be wrong most of the time anyway. I'm going Minter in that matchup. Neiman versus Miguel. Let me look through these teams really quick. Yeah, I'm going Miguel. Partially because Harrison Butker is on Miguel's team. All right. Coming up next, we have Caleb versus, I believe, Jalen. Proud of you. Jalen. I'm not going to dog on Caleb anymore because I'm not much better than him. And finally, we have HUD versus Maples. Similar story here. Maples is going to take the cake. HUD, sad sight over there. But I feel for you because my team is also ass. Anyway, this probably went longer than it should have. Fuck you guys. Go Chiefs.
Hey, I feel that. You know what? I'm gonna look into that commit. I'm gonna look into that shutout bonus. That's actually an interesting idea. That's actually a really interesting idea. But damn, Scott, damn man, we gonna talk about this in a little bit though. Let me move this over. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel real quick. You know, see what we got. Do. No. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. All right. So this week's weekly challenge. High scoring kicker. Let's see what goes on. I mean, shit, I feel pretty good about this. If it was about to be quarterback, I was gonna be pissed off. I ain't gonna even lie. But we're going to take that off. All right. Let's get back into this. What we know so far, I'm leading the pack, 142 points a game. HUD is at 104. The league median is at 118. So you're underperforming quite a bit. 4 new teams are gonna make the playoffs as opposed to last year. 2 that have never made it before. Sean and Ariel are 5-2, both. At this point last year, they had 4 wins combined, and Sean had all 4. So if that just goes to show year to year, you don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen. Caleb has made history. Yeah, 0-7. Nobody's ever did that. Is Ariel at his worst, Sean at his worst have never started 0-7. That's incredibly crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And we've been dogging on Caleb a lot. We're probably gonna do it a little bit more. But what we also know is that injuries have been absolutely insane this year. I've never seen this many guys just go down. So many rosters are hurt. If it ain't got you yet, it's going to get you. The injury guys do not play, and they ain't playing this year. What we don't know, Jalen, Neiman, what's going on? Neiman, are you going to be able to field a team this week, for one? Jalen has been getting unlucky. We'll look at a little bit of the advanced stats, but he has been getting a little unlucky. But Neiman, I don't know that. I'm deeply concerned for both of those guys. And I am concerned about Neiman's involvement as well, guys. I saw that. Scott, Scott bamboozled us, didn't he? I remember when I was talking to Sean and I was like, hey, bro, you think Scott will be a good addition? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's get him in. Is he competitive? He like, yeah, Sean, he won his other league. I'm starting to think that other league was with blind people. Because I don't know. This is kind of crazy. I do want you to get it together, but Gauss did call top regression candidate. I mean, damn, it don't take long to regress. So Sean and Ariel ascending so quickly. Is it an outlier, or have they turned the corner? Because the metrics is pretty consistent. Last year, I remember we was talking about Sean here, and I was like, it's not sustainable. This is more sustainable. I'll say that. Was HUD run last year an outlier out of all things? Because so far he's been terrible, won a ship, terrible. And we're gonna look at these metrics too as well. Max, what do you want to do, boss? What do you want to do? Do you want to be good, or do you want to just be average? Because if you ask Caleb, you sitting at average, the guy's gonna pick one away for you, and they ain't gonna pick good. So you need to figure out what you're trying to do. And any bets on how long Caleb's slide will last? Anybody want to take a guess? I think he's gonna lose. I think he might start 0-9. Now you know what? As commissioner, I got faith. I think you're gonna bounce back. I'm calling a bounce back from Caleb this week. Calling a shit. All right. So a look at history overall. Out of the 52 games played, I'm at 69%. Nice. Colin is in second with 67%. Nice. And surprisingly, Jalen's in third. The top of the newcomers, 57%. It ain't bad. And it's interesting. It's interesting. Because it's almost like you kind of got to, remove yourself a little bit to gain what you need. But is that always the case? Bottom feeders, Sean, 33%. And all of these are up to now. So this is up to your last game played. 33%. Ariel, 37%. HUD, 46%. And I didn't read that wrong either. It's 46%. We look at the biggest gaps. Head to head. Me versus Ariel is already a 7-0. I don't know how we played each other fucking 7 times, but it's already a 7-0. I tried to make it to where this wouldn't happen this soon. But Sean and Max, that's gonna be a good rivalry, man. 6-0. Is Max gonna put the heads up 7-up on them? Damn, I'm spitting there, right? And then Sean versus Colin, 5-0. It's wild. I mean, but it makes a little sense. So just some more stats. Miguel is 3-0 versus Max. Jalen is 2-0 versus Ariel and 3-0 versus Caleb. So like, I think he has the most like undefeateds against somebody. I think everybody else just usually has one. I joined Colin this year having one win over everybody. I was 0-2 versus Jalen. Finally got that win over him. And Neiman is right here as well. Neiman just has to play Scott and beat Scott. So Scott, you know what you got to do. Don't let history be made. Sean has never beat Colin, never beat me, or never beat Max. Colin is 3-0 versus Jalen. So number 2 is beating number 3 a lot. Miguel is 3-0 versus HUD. Is that real? I think it is. 1-3 versus Ariel though. And then 2-0 versus Gauss. Gauss ain't beat Miguel yet. Interesting. Neiman is 3-1 versus me and 2-1 versus Colin. He the Titan killer right now. Max is 5-1 against Caleb. Damn. See, the battle of the mids is like, hey, Max doing it. Gauss 3-1 versus Max, but 0-3 to me, baby. But week 11, I'm not looking ahead of anything. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. And then as far as defensive points, Caleb has 79 defensive points. And I believe Gauss has the least. It's like either me or Gauss has the least. But Caleb is leading the way with 79 defensive points. But it's not doing much. 70 points for 7 losses. So we're going to take a look at the log. Hold on right quick. Let me check this chat real quick. See how y'all doing. Didn't HUD beat Miguel in the finals? Yes, he did. So that does make it 3-1. I didn't update all the playoffs. My bad. 3-1. My bad. I fucked that up. But let me go over here to this stat sheet right quick. Let me pull this up, go all the way. All right. So, and I'm gonna put another link to this back in the back into the chat. Let me F11 this. I'm gonna put another link to this back in the chat. But this is all our game logs from all 4 years. And good announcement, it's caught up to recently, to now. So you see everything up to week 7, and I'm gonna be running this. So every Monday night I'm gonna update it and get it all cleaned up. So you'll be able to see all the metrics. But I'm not gonna spend too much time on here. It's just a lot of numbers. If you want to go through and dig through, you can. If you want to see years pass, you can. That's a lot of red, boy. That's a lot of red. But we're gonna go more in depth on these in another sheet. I'm gonna go here. This has more of like all these data's put in the charts, and you see we got all the way to year 1. But say we go here. So if you can look at this, you see the total that everybody scored this year. The league median is 117, 118 pretty much. Highest right now, Sean had 185 one week. I think this was Scott with 68 that one week. I mean, goddamn. Goddamn. So, and then like I said, y'all can go through and look at all these. I'm going to just explain them a little bit and explain kind of what's going on. Overall, in expected wins, this takes your score and it matches it against everybody for the week. So if you had the highest score, you're going to get a 12, blah, 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 and it's going to go all the way down. So you see it'll give you your overall wins, your overall wins a week. So on average, I beat 8 people a week. And then if we go to the lowest person, who is it? It's probably Hood or Caleb. Yeah, they beating on average like 3 people a week, give or take a little bit. But then you see it has your expected wins on here as well. So if you see, it's interesting, Caleb has 2.8 expected wins out of all this. So really, he's kind of getting fucked a little bit. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. Everybody else is kind of like along Max. Max probably got. He probably he's expected at 4 wins, so he's expected to have another loss. Interestingly enough, it was probably against the one with Scott where he only scored 95. Like that was kind of a lucky break. But so y'all can look through that strength of schedule. This goes over your strength of schedule, your overall wins, points left on bench. So just how much you leaving on the bench. Colin with a staggering 189 points on the bench. A lot of that was from last week when I think you had like 100 points on your bench. Caleb 174. You've been doing that, and then Max is third with 148. And then we go in here waiver wire wins. Basically, how waiver wire wins work is if you pick up a guy on the waivers and you play them that next week and they score at least 10 points, you get a win for that. Regardless of the position. Damn, my shirt disappearing, but that's all right. So that's how that works. And then all of these things are tallied up into all of these different charts. But we're going to go over these somewhere else because we got the all-time head-to-heads. I still got to update this a little bit, like the margin of victories and stuff like that, and add in all the playoffs. And then, so here's the big thing. Here's where it all comes together. In the power rankings, you see we got all 4 years, but we'll stroll down here to this 4th year. So if you see, it takes this raw score takes into account everything: your record, your current record, your overall wins as far as all play, your consistency, how consistent are you scoring as far as the league average and your average. What is your points for, your total point score, recency, how good you are doing lately. And the thing is, these weighted scores change as you go through the season. Recency matters a lot more the further you get on. You got your roster. This is pulled from a couple third-party sites, and then I average them all together. And then your coach, this is the points left on bench, how you maximizing that, waiver wins, and then you got strength of schedule. Let's talk about strength of schedule, though, for a little bit. Hold on, let me make sure y'all straight in the chat. Let's talk about all these are making Caleb's toes curl for real though. But let's talk about the strength of schedule for a little bit. Because the hardest strength of schedule right now is actually Hood. Hood actually has a tougher strength of schedule right now. And you see down here, this strength of schedule check, this will shift things based on your strength of schedule. So if we click that on, Hood actually moves up from 10th to 9th, and then Neiman moves down. Neiman's had an incredibly easy schedule. Max has had an incredibly easy schedule. Jalen is this Jalen? No, this is Gauss. Gauss has also had an incredibly easy schedule. I'm up there too, but like Hood and Jalen have tough schedules. So that can play a part into it, but if you go back and look, shit, the points for ain't there. You got to add up. Now, I ain't going to lie. This is the one I want to look at. I'm concerned about this guy. He suggested the Brazilian, the waxing. Boy, that's a scary thing, ain't it? It's just not adding up. But y'all can go through, look at all these numbers, um, stroll through, jerk off, But that's pretty much it on that. I just want to show y'all kind of how we've been digging in on shit like that. Let's go back to this slide. Let's go back to the slide. Week 8 predictions. So Scott did us some week 8 predictions. That's cool, but I think we're gonna do some other ones as well. Let's see who has something to say.
What's up, boys? Dropping in to do a little week 8 fun. Looking over the league standings, some of the matchups this week. Just give you all some of my thoughts. So starting with the standings, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little sus. Mentor's on top. Seems like Commissioner might be up to something. I don't know. A little fishy. I don't know what's going on with the top 3 outside of that, though. How the fuck did you guys let Sean and Ariel be number 2 and 3? This is insanity. And then, running down the rest, middle of the pack, a lot of folks at 5 and 2, some need to win situations to keep things going. Colin, I got higher expectations for you, man. Sitting at number 6, you got to pick up the slack. Oh boy, looking at the back half of the standings right now. You got 4 and 3, Miguel. I love the team name first off, but how the mighty have fallen. Neiman, I swear to God, he always starts the season just kind of rough, and he'll come out of nowhere and win this thing, watch. Jalen, kind of surprised to see that he's down that low. 4 losses in a row, that's a little rough. Scott, 2 and 5 again. I don't know, man. It's do or die now. And I gotta be honest, the last 2, Hud and Caleb. Hud I would expect to be here. Let's be real. Caleb, come on, man. Not a single win. Not a single win. I mean, at this point, it's going to be a Brazilian wax and a naked lap. This is crazy. All right, let's jump into some of the matchups. If I can get my shit to load here. Let's see. All right, first one I've got up, Maples and Hud. So looking through the roster, it's fuck Hud as always. Really don't think he stands a chance here. Boy, the projection on the Bears defense looking great at 1.3. Really going to kill it for you, man. Maples, I respect the Tucker Kraft pick. Gotta love that. Carried me through some tough times last year. Overall, team's looking pretty stacked. So I got a lot of faith in Maples going forward. Let's see who else we got. Mentor and Colin. All right, let's see here. Not surprised at all. Mentor's got Trey McBride. Not going to do much for you this week, man. You might want to take him off the starters in case you haven't figured that out already. But who knows? Some Commissioner Powers might come in at last second. We'll see what happens. Colin, I got to say, I think it's going to be a tough matchup. But the 3 tight end strategy, man, it's the way to go. I think you got this. I'm definitely going Colin on that one. No disrespect, Minner, but somebody's got to bring the Commissioner down. All right, next up we've got Gauss and Scott. This might be a good one. I don't think Nico's going to play those, so we'll have to see about it. A lot of questionable on this matchup, so we'll have to see how things shake out. But I think I'm going to have to lean towards Gauss on this one. Sorry, Scott. This might not be the week to turn around, but I still got some faith in you going forward. All right, next matchup, we got Neiman and Miguel. I mean, guys, has Neiman logged in? Like, half his starters aren't even playing this week. Somebody might want to, give him a friendly heads up. Miguel, team overall, I like it. Might have some injury trouble. I mean, Jacobs would be huge if he doesn't play. I don't know. Love the Jordan Addison pick. Really a all or nothing for me last year, but he can put up some big numbers. I don't know. Right now, I got to go with Miguel because I'm not 100% sure Neiman's going to log in and fix all of his roster before this game happens. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on, but I'm thinking Miguel's got it. Oh boy, Sean Miller and Ariel Brown. First off, Ariel, for the love of God, pick a different team name. You've had the same one for like 3 years in a row. Come on. Sean just straight up said, fuck the running back, fuck the kicker, doesn't need it anyways. Bold strategy, really. We'll see if he actually puts anybody in there. Again, I'm just going off some screenshots, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sean's dumbass forgets to actually put them in. Ariel, I mean, overall, I'm looking at this. I like the folks you got. Hey, we've been brothers a long time, so I got to go with Ariel on this one. It's a little weird seeing him that close to the top, but I think he's got this one in the bag. Fuck Sean Miller. Let's see. I think I already talked about Maples and Hud. It's fuck Hud, always. Then we got Caleb and Jalen. I don't know. On this one, part of me wants to go with Caleb just to see if he can get the win, but at the same time, I think the funniest possible thing would be seeing 0-8. So I'm sorry, Caleb. I got to go with Jalen on this one just because it'd be really fucking funny. Not saying I'm rooting for you to lose, but to get the naked lap on top of everything, just icing on the cake. So I think there's some good matchups this week. I got some high hopes for some of y'all. We'll see how it shakes out, but I'm looking forward to the shit talk. See you later, boys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Appreciate Colton chiming in, man. You know, beloved member of 4th and 17, always a member. If we get a chance to bring him back in, we bringing him back in without a fucking doubt. So let's go ahead and finish up this last little bit. Ain't too much more to go. Way too early awards. I'm only gonna do these 3 because the other ones are kind of up there. A lot of the other ones are like analytical based anyway, like waiver warrior and shit like that. So that'll be something we kind of fill out. But comeback player of the year, I mean, without a doubt, it's got to be Sean and Ariel. I mean, this matchup will determine a lot. I got to feel, man, that's gonna be a tight matchup. I never thought I would say that Sean and Ariel would be a crazy good matchup, but shit, it actually might. I might throw up a little bit, but playoff preview? Oh, yeah. No. Not gonna go that far. But the Brown Award, you know, I had to take Lion off. Lions have been good for a decent amount of time. Brown Jet Award. I mean, we know who that's about to be so far, unless he has a miraculous turn around. But you know, that just is what it is. Early vote for MVM. Shit, it's looking between me and Gauss. But really, I think it's still wide open because anybody can make a run on this last back half and make something happen. So I think that one's still wide open. But comeback player of the year, I think it's between Sean and Ariel right now. That's a clutch one. Brown Jet Award. I mean, that's without a doubt, Leb. You got that held down so far. You might be looking at another. You might be having you a little Grammy in the toilet bowl. So rivalry week. Let's chop this up real quick. Hud and Gauss. The end of an amazing trilogy. I mean, the rivalry that started it all. The rivalry of all rivalries that kind of got us all fired up. It's a great matchup. It's always been a good matchup. Gauss won year 1, got second. Hud won year 2, got first. What's going to happen this year? I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to see it. I know this will be the end of their rivalry. There's going to be some other things that happen. I'm excited for this Gauss and Ariel storyline that's building up. I think that shit is absolutely hilarious, and I think that's going to be a good-ass rivalry. I think that's going to be great. So we'll see who Hud finds. Or, we'll just see what happens. Colin and Neiman Senior Bowl. They ain't doing no night games. All they players playing at noon and 3 o'clock. They'll be asleep. They'll be asleep by 7:30. So you ain't got to worry about them. Jalen and Ariel, the 621 Bowl, the 621 Minority Bowl, or we can call it the Reparations Bowl, whatever we want to call it. This is a nice classic matchup, you know. So we'll see what happens there. Me versus Caleb. I mean, like, boy, this like at this point it's looking like Bama versus Missouri State. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you, boss. It's looking pretty rough for you. But I will say this about Caleb. We've bonded a little bit over golfing and over different things over the past year. So, you know, it's not really a rivalry. You know, it's more just a game for us. You know, we'll both be happy. I'll be rooting for Tet, you know. So I think it's just going to be a good game. I'm just excited to have a good game with the brother. You know what I mean? Scott versus Miguel, KC Bowl. I'm buying a Raiders jersey. Loser has to put it on for a week. You got to wear a Raiders jersey. Geno Smith Raiders jersey at that. You got to rep. You ain't about to put on no Genty jersey or nothing. And then Sean and Max, 7-Up Bowl. Papo's Bowl, man. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one. I mean, a lot of shit talking, a lot of history between these two guys. Can Sean, please get this win? So we can go and just shut Max up, and I take on Max next year, and he going down. Let's just set that up. But other than that, playoff predictions. So these are the current standings. If we go in now, me and Sean has a bye if we go in right now. I just want y'all to conceptualize that. Sean has a bye if we go in right now. Hold on right quick. Hold on. So I don't, you know, that was interesting. But this is the current playoffs right now. Toilet Bowl, Hud and Caleb got bye. Is this Hud's second time having a bye? Am I correct or am I wrong? Am I wrong, chat? Is this gonna be Hud's second bye? Fucking, it's looking kind of rough. I'm just checking the chat to just make sure I can see y'all. I ain't pull up the thing over here. I'm irresponsible. I'm a noob streamer, but I think, man, if I gotta make a prediction, so I'm gonna do a couple different things. One, if I gotta pick one person to get it out and one person to get in, I'm saying Max is out, Miguel's in. Or should I make a bold claim? Colin is out, Miguel is in. Because I kind of like Max's team. I'll be real. His team pretty decent. And so, Max, don't be saying I don't like any of your guys. That's not true. Like, I think your team pretty decent. But I think Colin might be the one to slide out. And this week will determine it all, baby. Once I pick my streaming tight end, may the spirits guide me. And once I pick a quarterback, may the spirits guide me. Prediction for the winner in the playoffs? I mean, I'm going me, without a doubt. But if I didn't win, if I had to pick a matchup outside of people that is not me, I'm not going to lie. This sounds hella weird, but I'm picking. A lot of it depends on where seeding is, but I think I'm picking Gauss and Sean. If I'm just going off gut, I think I'm picking Gauss and Sean. I think so. If I'm not winning, but I am winning. And then Toilet Bowl, man. If I'm being real, I don't think Caleb's going to get last. I don't think Caleb's going to sack him. If I'm being real. I think it might be here. The reason is because if we look at the statistics, the analytics, you know, the advanced analytics, is not looking too good. It's not looking too good here. The thing about Caleb is he got the pieces to kind of put something together. He got a Jahmyr Gibbs. He got a Baker. He got a A.J. Brown. He got a Tet. So if these guys can figure it out, he'll be all right. And really, you only got to win one down there. Ask Gauss last year. Boy, losing 3 in a row, that shit is not a good feeling. But I think Scott will figure it out. I think HUD will figure it out. Because HUD last year was kind of scraping towards the bottom and he shot back up and won the whole thing. So I think, I think he'll have some late resurgence out of him. I think Caleb's too consistently in the middle historically to fall that far. Scott, I don't know what to think about Scott yet. He's had some good weeks, had some bad weeks. I don't know what to think, but I'm deeply concerned about this. Jalen just has to get out of that luck that he has. But if I ain't gonna lie, that's my bold take. And if it's not him, I don't know. We probably needed to beat HUD for the sake of the league so he actually does a punishment. So he can have a ring. So he can have a championship jersey and a toilet bowl. First ever. That's history. And with that being said, that is it. It's 3 minutes till we got kickoff. I'm not going to hold y'all here too long. I appreciate y'all boys. We was going to have Gauss be a guest caller, but because of time and I want boys to go watch the game and shit. So go check the game out. It's going to be good to start of week 8. What are you going to do in the second half to step up? I won't look, and seriously, before we go, I want to say this. I love the parity in the league. I love the close competitive nature of this league. The guys at the bottom, I want to see y'all rise up. I really do. I truly want to see y'all rise up and make this a competitive thing. Do not give up. Do not put your head down. Don't do any of that shit. And I don't think y'all will. We never have in this league. It's never been about that. But it's anybody's game. HUD's last year, he won as the 6th seed. So all you got to do is sneak in that bitch to get a chance. Do not get discouraged. Stick in this hole. Let's make some trades. Let's make some trades. Come talk to me. I'm still hurting. Shit, I know some other people are hurting. Let's make some stuff happen, man. All right, appreciate y'all boys. See y'all later. Bitches.